Everyone, welcome back to 5-Day Crypto. Happy Tuesday. My name is Chase. Welcome back. We're going to talk about Chainlink today. We're doing a link video across many charts, many different ideas, thoughts and pictures, patterns, support, resistance, all that good stuff. So if you liked the video today, give us a thumbs up, follow us on Twitter, Telegram, and Patreon to learn more than what you see in my YouTube videos. I appreciate you. Getting it kicked off. Link on the 5-Day channel, Gaussian channel on the 5-Day. This is what you want to use. The Gaussian channel, if you're unfamiliar, if you're new here, talk about this in pretty much every video. Buying at the bottom of a 5-Day Gaussian channel tends to work out in your best interest in the coming months. So what do we have here? Well, look how much consolidation we've done between our median line and the Gaussian channel and our top line. These will act as support and resistance as you move through them. So as you can see, we're just kind of stuck at support with the median line. What do we need to do? We need to get above the top line. That's just about $34 right now. We need to flip that and hold on the outside of it. The Gaussian channel just kind of acts as sludge. It holds you there. Case in point right here. Also, double sludge, this damn orange box. This orange box is about 200 days long. As you can see, Link likes to stay in said orange box. How many days does it like to stay there? I'm glad you asked. This is roughly 125 days out of 200. It stayed inside of this orange box since February, late February. It's been in here. 125 days out of 200. We got to get out of it. We have to flip out of here. The top of that is roughly that $30 price point that we've talked about before. If we can hold above $30 for Chainlink, that would be a great start for us to start making higher highs. You can see today we're up over 6%, 6.5% as of recording. Who knows what it'll do? The market, we know, is quite volatile this week. Yesterday was a doozy. But as of right now, Link's trying to fight and battle this top line. If we can somehow break above $30 and hold it as support, get out of this damn box, then we can get out of the Gaussian channel, hold that as support. Then we can start talking about maybe making our way towards our previous all-time highs. Okay, that's the Gaussian channel on today. We got to get out of here, okay? Let's see what else we got. How about intraday support resistance levels? I'm glad you asked. There's that $30, that damn $30 level. Look at this. Resistance, resistance, resistance. We flipped it, held it as support. Final death move to the upside. The May drop, break right through the damn door. SWAT team, the US dollar's back in business. Link's falling in value, and we're now back at this level support, 2650 roughly, right? If we break that to the downside, our next staircase down is our previous low right here, $25, which we visited yesterday. Almost to it, right? Wick, right? Wicks don't really matter. The candle closes what you matter. That's what you trade off of. The candle closes. Professional traders are using closes, not necessarily wicks. Well, that's a different story. Okay, we'll get to that later. If you break 25, what do we got? Well, it's your next local candle low. This is just support and resistance, as clean as and simple as you can make it. We don't have 47,000 lines. This line right here, this yellow line, is just your 21-day EMA. I like to look at it because usually when your coin is fairly bullish, it's holding that 21-day EMA as support. Look here, right? Never below it when we're making bigger moves. Not below it. But right now, we're still struggling to battle above it. So we're going to get to some more charts in a minute that hopefully we're starting to battle back for good. But these are your local areas of support resistance just based on the chart. So our ultimate low, if we are like completely break down, Bitcoin goes back to, 40K, 35K, something like that, then I would say Link would need to hold this $20 level. That is going to be our key level going back for quite some time, right? Over a year, we made our $20 high, battled again over here as support resistance, support again over here on a drop in February, support again right here in May, resistance after we broken it, and then now so far we're holding above it, but I would highly suspect that would be our kind of final end game and our big time key support level if we are to go back down under $24. Highly probable if you see us closing candles under 24, not a wick, right? If we can wick to 23, all we want, whatever, doesn't matter. the closing candles under 24, then we want to watch for the $20 level. Big key moment. We'll get to it as we progress down. If we go up, you know, we have other targets we need to look at, but first we have to flip that $30 support resistance. We need to flip it as support, right? Okay, what other chart we got? I'm glad you asked. Weekly Link USD. What in the hell do we got here? Why is this gargantuan arrow pointing right here? Well, look what happened. What is this line? This is our 21-week exponential moving average, flipping the 20-week simple moving average. What does that mean? Well, we've taken the price off of here so I can show you the previous 2 times that we've done this. Notice the cross here. Cross of this. Cross of this. It's only done it twice right here, right? Twice to the upside. What did price action do when we did that? I'm glad you asked. Let's look at it. We cross right here. We cross, right? Look at the green lines. Explosion. We crossed right here. Explosion. We crossed right here. Are we going to have another one? Well, the previous 2 times we have. Now, prior moves, history doesn't have to repeat, but it does often rhyme. Chainlink seems to like to rhyme with previous moves, so maybe this is that move. Do we know for sure? Of course not. Nothing's for sure in crypto, but unfor sureness. But you want to play the odds. So yeah, you don't want to bank everything on previous moves, right? It doesn't have to repeat ever. It doesn't have to do anything similar. But the previous 2 times that we've had this cross from our 21-week crossing above our 20-week, we've had an explosive move in price against the US dollar. Will we repeat? Time will tell. Now, when did that last move happen? Well, let's go look. We have one more chart to get to, and then we'll show you some things. But we're approaching about a year exactly before Chainlink took off last time against a certain coin. But we're going to get to that in the next chart. This one, Link on a weekly chart, the 8-week simple moving average. I want you guys to watch this. Historically speaking, when we hold this as support, we can make big moves. When we're flirting around with it, breaking up and down, we're still struggling, right? We're trying to get the wheels gripping. When we start lifting off from here, that is a sign that we're going to get really bullish. So far, we're still holding that, right? Look at zooming in here, right? Wicks are still fine until we close a candle body below this. No cause for concern, and quite the opposite. If we start continuing to hold this and actually lift away from this, this will be great. And you can see as we lift away, we can get even bigger and bigger moves. So the 8-week simple moving average on Chainlink, on Bitcoin, did really well holding this line last time. So maybe we pull that up on Bitcoin and watch that like a hawk. Because if we break that down, that tends to be the start of a bigger downfall. So let's watch that. Now, let's get to our last chart, the Chainlink versus Ethereum chart. So look at where we are. Look at where Chainlink took off against Ethereum last time. Look at the date. I know it's hard to see, but it's right back here. I'll show you why I did that in a minute. September 16th. Where are we? We're September 14th. 2 days from now, a year ago, we look at the move that we made. What was it? Well, that's what I just had pulled up. It was over 120% move to the upside in the next month. 35 days later, we were up 120+%. So if we did that again, let's take it from the line again, right? Let's say we start here. So 125%, we'll say that. 0 point, what the hell does that mean? Well, that's Link's value against Ethereum. So say Ethereum just stays the same, which it obviously won't, right? But say Ethereum remained at $3,300 roughly. This valuation puts Chainlink in US dollars at near $60 at all-time highs, $57 plus. If we get back to this level, if we were to make that kind of move again, right here, if we did something similar to that, Link would be at all-time highs. Plain and simple. That's what it is. And that's if Ethereum stayed at the constant level, right? If Ethereum goes to 4,000 and Link does that move as well, it'd be much higher, right? But historically speaking, Ethereum tends to do the worst of the year in Q4, namely December. The past 6 years, it's worked like clockwork. Buying Ethereum in December tends to work out very well to your benefit in Q1. Historically, the past 6 years, without fail. Wink, wink. But if you know that, and you know Ethereum tends to do very poorly in December, then the Link Ethereum valuation should do what? Increase going into Q4, namely December, right? So look at this. This is why Link made a nice move going into Q4. Ethereum tends to not do so well going into Q4. We will see. Doesn't mean Ethereum has to drop in price. Certainly not. I'm long-term bull of Ethereum. Ethereum got me to where I am now. But Ethereum tends to do the least ROI in Q4. Tends to do its best ROI in Q1. This is why might be a good idea to be having, a little bit less Ethereum heavy and be a little bit more Link heavy right now. This is, in my opinion, as we've said in many videos before, this is the lowest I think Link will ever be valued against Ethereum. Again, we've been trending down for over a year now. This is last August right here of 2020. This was 2 years ago, not 1 year ago. So I think I said 1 year earlier. This was 1 year ago. This is 2 years ago. Look at this. Okay. So we've been in a downtrend against Ethereum for over a year. We're holding this line as crucial support, as we should. Look at the previous local bottom, previous resistance, flipped it, and anytime you flip previous resistance as support, that's usually going to happen the next time you visit it. So we're now back down to this same area that we've been holding it going back all the way June 2019. We've held it for, these are weekly candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're in our 9th week of holding this as support. The longer we hold it, the stronger it gets, in my opinion, and the more likely it is that we're due for a turnaround. Now, what does this mean? I've taken a couple questions on this. Does this mean you buy Link with US dollars? No, this has nothing to do with US dollars. This is if you have Ethereum and Chainlink, your ROI tends to be better going over to Link at this point, right? And this big uptrend, you would want to be holding Link instead of Ethereum. This big downtrend, it just means that your Ethereum is gaining over Link. That's all. So if you know that these are cycles like this, sometimes you can play off of trading pairs. Same with, you can trade Ethereum versus Bitcoin, right? They're moving cycles too. There's always a coin that's up against another coin, usually. All of your coins have trading pairs against Bitcoin. So if you don't want to always move to US dollars, you could just move to Bitcoin. It's back and forth. So hopefully that helps somebody out there somewhere. All right, what do we got? Crypto Fear and Greed Index. We're at 30. This is pretty shocking. We're in fear. 1 point lower, 29. We're extreme fear. What is that, good or bad? Well, I don't mind being down here because what does that mean? Well, the odds are we're not going to have a super extreme bad drop if we're already in fear, right? So back in here, when we were at 10 and extreme fear, that's when, all the people were calling for, $5 Chainlink or $5 Polkadot. Bitcoin is going back to 20K. You can use this to your advantage because if we're at extreme fear, it's highly unlikely that we're going to have another extreme drop. However, if we're at a $10 Chainlink and we're in extreme greed, yeah, it's possible we could go to $5, right? But if we're already down 70% and we're in extreme fear, it's highly unlikely that you're going to have another 50% correction, right? If you follow that mentality. Now, when you're up here and everyone's screaming, we're going to triple by tomorrow, probably not the case either, right? All right, that's why we use this. Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Now, what I do not like about this is we're reverse market structure here a little bit. We made a low of 42. We came back down. We made a higher low, which is good. And then we made a new lower low. And guess what? We just came back up, failed to make a higher high. We didn't take that out. And now we've come back down and made another lower low. These are a little bit of warning signs for the choppiness of September. So I think we could still be trying to find our footing for the next, all of crypto here. Not talking about just Chainlink or Bitcoin. All of crypto could be, very volatile for the rest of September, I would think, namely for the next few weeks or so, at least the next 1 week. I think maybe towards the end of September going into October, we could really start seeing a turnaround to the upside. So don't get discouraged just yet. All right. Quote of the day. My man, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Love this guy. If you don't know who he is and you want to learn more about space or the way things are and just you'd like to expand your mind, I would highly recommend finding him on YouTube. He's got, like, you can type in Neil Tyson best of. He's got some great arguments. I love him. I've seen him in person and live. I love space. So if you don't know that about me, now you know. So there's no greater education than one that's self-driven. So you can force someone to try to learn something, but the real driver is when you want to learn, right? And you want to learn about this stuff. So I could force you. You could be listening to the best crypto trader on the planet, but if you're dragged there by your mom or your brother, you're probably not going to care as much as if you wanted to go there, right? So I'll leave it at that, but go check him out if you're interested in space at all, or the way the, evolution, all that good stuff. But one of my favorite things that he has said is, we're like 1.8% roughly difference from the apes to us, to humans. So look how much more we can do than they can. But one of the things he said that really impacted me, he said, imagine someone that is 1.8% better than us the other way. So we are to the chimps, go another 2% from us. Mind blowing what that could be. Imagine someone else. That's pretty cool. But we're getting off track. Crypto meme of the day. Types of headaches. The worst one. What's the worst one? Altcoins. Pretty good. Cars of the day. Porsche 911 GT3 RS 4.0. We're going to add 47 more letters in there. We got a black one. What if you want white? You can have white too. We got a white one and a black one. I wish you had model cars of those, Chase. I would like to see the model cars. I'm glad you asked. Boom, boom. Do you think it's coincidence I had those pulled up in those orders? Found these both at Costco for $14 each. They're not anything off special, but I'll take a Porsche model car any day of the week for $14. I mean, come on. These have roll cages inside them from the factory. Pretty insane. I saw one of these at Cars and Coffee. If you guys ever been to one of those, at your local one, yeah, one of these was there. Last weekend I went. Pretty cool cars. We had a pretty good one around here. There was a McLaren 720S, my favorite car. There was a couple Lamborghini Murcielagos. We had Gallardo. We had a couple Huracans. We had a bunch of Audi R8s. They have a whole Porsche section. We have like one of the biggest Porsche dealers where I live, so they come out in full force. Porsches were there. That was pretty good turnout. So I don't know if anybody else go to Cars and Coffee where they live. Do they have them where you live? Maybe you don't like cars at all and you're not even watching now. Hopefully this video helped you in some way, shape, or form. Remember to like the video if you haven't already. Appreciate you watching this long if you have. Happy Link Day. Happy Tuesday. Have any questions about Link or trading pairs, whatever, leave me a comment below. I will do my best to help you out. That's why I'm here, to help me help you. I don't know. Jerry Maguire. Have a good day. Goodbye.